joins me. Coach, you come back from a loss in the first set to win the second, and for the most part through the day, your offensive numbers were up there pretty good, high 200s, but just had a tough time stopping them today.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Mike, I could tell things were very flat. I thought we had a lot more energy for Tulsa. You know, like I said, this game was supposed to be one that mattered a lot to both teams, but, you know, I could tell yesterday during practice, like, these guys, they got to get pumped up, and I don't know enough motivational speeches. I mean, I'm out of them. And, you know, just the energy, it's the quietest I've heard Coke Arena for a volleyball game. Honestly, pretty frustrating for me to have to go through this, but you know, we didn't score in the first game, and yet I thought we had chances to win it. You know, like you said, game 2 went well, but we got deflated this year, and I'm tired of having to talk about it. I hope that expression, you know, spring brings eternal or whatever. I don't know whatever that means, but my hope is that we can hit the reset button. You know, and who knows? We still might have a match next week. Like I said, everybody's wishing they had our RPI. You know, apparently they're talking to us about being in the tournament. They're making phone calls to people. They're talking about you might play Wichita here or there, but it's not you will, it's you might. So I don't know what holds for us, but you know, I think the paper that I want to write, or somebody, if any of these psychology students, you know, every now and then we'll get someone that'll call us or email you as a coach. Yeah, I'm working on this for my master's. I want your input on this. I want somebody to do some information or some research, get some information on, you know, measuring people when they're not getting what they want. You can measure people, you know, based on, you know, comparing to others, but I want to know what goes on in the brain when you are somewhat below your standard or your wish, and how that, even if things are going well, I mean, like I said, for a while we're sitting there in the 30s in the RPI, which you know, you can't help but be around me and say, look, this is not about conference, this is about what we do nationally, and that's the indicator. Yet people here, around here, you know, we weren't happy, and I'm not saying I was too. I'm saying we all get caught up in it, but I really want to learn on sort of what goes on with people when you're not getting what you want and how to respond, because it wasn't like things were bad. It's more about us not getting what we want and what that means. That's the thing that I don't know if I can get away from this season.
You're kind of touching on the old saying, adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it a little bit. It's kind of what we're talking about, I guess.
Yeah, and you know, most of the girls in this program have been on the court, haven't had to deal with anything that resembles this, and you know, slap in the face, caught them off guard, whatever, blindsided, but you know, here we are. And I hope that the spring brings us renewed spirit, and you know, that next year, when I plan on next year's lineup, we certainly do these in our head all the time. It's really, really young, so that group's going to have a lot to learn.
One positive, certainly not a false positive at all. After a slow start, first couple of sets, Reagan Steiwalt really finished strong and didn't have a great match against Tulsa the other night, but 5 of the last 6, she really showed some promise for what she can be beyond this year.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the chat we're going to have, maybe we can have it on the radio show. Really happy about how Kara Bound finished her season. Really happy about how Reagan Steiwalt, and then, you know, for a while there, once Tafflinger got healthy, I'm like, okay, but that ab, man, you can just tell when Megan's not going to pull the trigger. And you know, every coach I talk to talks to me about our injuries. I'm like, yeah, you probably don't realize the one with Megan because you see her out there, but she can't snap, she can't, you know, bring the heat, and that's sort of what you expect out of her. That's what she brings to the table, is, you know, a lot of ball speed. But yeah, I do want to say that you're right. I throw Kara Bound and Megan, second half of the season, they were certainly bright spots.
Well, we'll talk about all this.
Reagan. I said Megan. Yeah. We were talking about Megan Tav. I meant Reagan Steiwalt has certainly turned it around.
Well, we will talk about all this on the radio show. We'll see you Monday night.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Chris Lamb joining us.